Okay, good morning. Welcome to
MathIdeas71.
71 is so fun. Alright, today we're going to do a kind of like a geometry problem that we've never, ever seen anything like this before. Excited?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, here you go. Your room has a 15-foot wall. And in the middle of the wall is a cat poster that is 3 feet wide. Meow. Here's your cat poster. How far is it from one end of the poster to the edge of the wall? Whoa. So this is a tricky kind of problem because we don't know very much.
Mm-hmm.
What do we know? What are the things that we know in this problem?
We know that my room has a 15-foot wall.
Okay, so that's what I drew here. So it's 15 feet from this wall all the way over to this wall. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And in the middle of that wall is
a cat poster.
A cat poster. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And how wide is that cat poster?
3 feet.
Okay, so there's a couple important things. The cat poster is 3 feet wide and it's in the middle. Okay? And so the question is, how far is it from one end of the poster to the edge of the wall? So how far is this?
So we gotta cut 15 in half with 2 even numbers.
Well, okay. Except we don't have to cut 15 in half with 2 even numbers. Since it's in the middle, we know this is the same. But we don't know how far. We know this is the same as this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when we don't know what something is, what should we call it?
X.
X. So that's X, and what's this?
That's X.
That's also X. So what do we know if we go across the room? How far is it across the room?
It's X.
Look at me. Look at me. How far is it across the room?
Oh, it's 15 feet.
Okay. 15 across the room. And what's another way to tell how far it is across the room? What if I go this way? How far is this?
It's gonna be 15 feet.
Wait, how far do I go? When I go from here to here, how far do I go?
You go X.
And when I go from the edge of this poster to here, how far do I go?
3 feet.
3. And when I go from here to here, how far do I go?
You go X.
So how far do I go when I go from here all the way to here? First I go?
15.
First I go.
You go X.
Then I go.
3.
Then I go.
X.
So how far is that?
So it's gonna be 15 feet.
Okay. But how far is this? This might be too hard for you. Do you want to keep trying?
Yeah.
Okay. How far is it when I go from here to here?
It's gonna be X feet.
Okay. How far is it when I go from here to here?
3 feet.
How far is it when I go from here to here?
X feet.
Okay, so how far is it when I start here and end up here? How far do I go?
You go X feet.
X? No, X feet gets me to here. X plus
3.
plus
X.
X. So that is X plus 3 plus X. And how far do I go when I go from one wall to the other wall?
15 feet.
15. So we have to find a number. So in this problem we found 2 ways of saying how far it was going across the room. Do you understand that, or is it too hard?
I understand it.
You do understand it, okay. We found 2 ways to say how far it was going across the room. One way was easy because they told us that it was
15 feet.
15 feet. And another way was a little harder. And how far is the other way?
It's 15 feet.
How far is the other way? That's 15 feet. How far is when we count it the other way?
So there's
X
X
plus.
X plus 3 plus X.
Okay. So we have to find a number such that that number plus 3 plus X equals
15.
15. Okay, so what do you think that number X is? What do you want to try?
How about 4?
4? Okay. So what's 4 plus 3?
7.
Plus 4.
11.
Okay, does that get us to 15?
No.
No. So we got to try something a little bit bigger than 4. Got us kind of close to 15, but it didn't get us to 15. So let's try something that's a little bigger than 4.
8.
8, okay, great. What's 8 plus 3?
11.
Plus 8 is? 11 plus 8 is?
It goes over, it's 19.
19, so that's too big. Okay, so good. So we know that 4 is too small, and we know that 8 is too big.
So something between 4 and 8.
Yeah, so something between 4 and 8.
7.
Oh, okay. What's 7 plus 3?
10
Plus 7?
is 17.
17.
It's really close.
That's really close, but still just a little bit too big. So we got to try something smaller than 7, but bigger than?
That's bigger than,
What was the first number we tried?
I think, 4.
4, right. So smaller than 7, but bigger than 4.
6.
6! Let's try it. What's 6 plus 3?
9.
Plus 6 is?
9 plus 6. 15.
Yes. Okay, so now let's see if this makes sense. If we go 6, it's 6 feet from each side of that poster to the wall. So does that make sense or not? Now, what's half of 15? Do you know what half of 15 is?
No.
No? Okay, so half of 14 is,
Half of 14 is 7.
and half of 16 is,
Half of 16. It's going to be 8.
8, right. So half of 15 is somewhere between 7 and 8, right?
Yeah.
Yeah? So we think this will be smaller than 7 or 8, and it became 6. So that's not too bad. It seems like it should be right? Because this poster is not very big, so it shouldn't be too much smaller than half of 15. So does this make sense? Think you can do a homework problem like this?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about what are the steps. What are the steps? What's the first thing you do when you see this problem?
So you call them, well, I think you draw a picture.
You draw a picture, right? And then you say, well, the whole room is 15 feet across, and my poster, however wide the poster is maybe 3 feet in this case. And then we say this distance is the same as this distance, so we'll call it x. And so we have to figure out what x is when x plus 3 plus x equals?
6. You're 15.
Okay. All right. Good job, honey. Sorry, this one was a little harder than I was expecting, but that's okay. We learned something, didn't we? All right, good job.